Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. The Bears got an actual bear today in free agency, kicking things off. Ryan Poles went out swinging in the first hour, and we got a key area of need on the defensive side of the ball. Bears are super excited. Also, we're very excited for Mitchell Trubisky, who is signed by the Pittsburgh Steelers and will be competing for their starting quarterback job. So we just wanted to start the episode off with that. We're also going to be hitting on a few guys that have gotten signed that we talked about in Christian Kirk. Holy shnikes, man, way too much money. Jacksonville has not had a playoff team from 10 of the last 11 years, and they paid Christian Kirk like he's Randy Moss in his prime. Absolutely crazy. Tony, Ryan Poles, we're already winning me over with the signing of today. We're going to get into him in a second. He's the cover photo. Everyone else knows that he's the only guy that the Bears brought in today. Larry Ogunjobi. Ogunjobi. You know, I've for everyone that knows my pronunciation issues, I literally wrote it out. We're all good. Ogunjobi. So he's coming to Chicago. Very excited about it. Tony, how do you feel so far after day one?
I really like it. It was a little weird. I did not expect it. I will say that when I got it, in the initial reaction, I think from the public, even if you listen to, ESPN 1000, like the local radio, they were like, whoa, spend a lot of money here, whatever. But when you really dig into it, and I know, we can get into some of the stats here. You can go over it, Nick. He's a great player. We saw what Christian Kirk got, who's not a great player. It's the reality of the NFL. Players are just getting more money now, especially a guy that I think is young, has great upside. Some people are comparing him to a young Akeem Hicks. He definitely is built
got way more money.
Built like it, but slimmer for sure. Yeah, definitely got more money. But Akeem would have got 10-ish million. I think that's what he wanted last year. Right?
Second big contract. Yeah, so he got the first contract with Chicago, and he signed that 4-year extension.
So 13 mil a year. 13.3-ish, whatever it is. I'm personally okay with it. So.
Yeah, so a little bit more about defensive tackle Larry Ogunijobi. So he's 27, and Ryan Poles made it very clear that we're going younger, we're going faster, and just overall athletic. This guy's a beast. I mean, he's 304 pounds, but he doesn't look 304 pounds. He literally I'd say a built 275, but this guy is a monster. That's why we literally said he's a bear. He signed a 3-year, $40.5 million contract, $26.35 million guaranteed. Got good money. There's no doubt about it. The guy definitely got the bag, and he's getting it at still a decently young age, where if he is like Akeem Hicks, he could get one more contract after this 3-year contract. But his 2021 stats are pretty respectful. He had 7 sacks, which is very impressive. That Cincinnati defensive line was nasty. 49 combined tackles. 12 of those tackles were for loss, 16 quarterback hits. So pretty much if you were to be in a regular NFL season, this is the first year of 17 games, he would have been averaging a quarterback hit a game, getting in guys' heads. That's what we love to do. And we love this move. I mean, we did go younger. This is, like Tony said, Akeem Hicks, but 4 years young or 5 years younger, fortunately enough. And we love Akeem. It is very unlikely that he is going to be coming back to the Chicago Bears, but we got a guy that's going to replace him. It was a key area of need. He fits very well into the new defensive scheme. And FYI, he did have foot surgery 2 months ago, but will be good to go by training camp. So that's good to hear. Tony, anything else that you want to hit on? That I think this was a huge win. I will take this as the Bears got an upside. This was more of an upside than it was a lot of money, but there's a lot of upside to it.
Yeah, I'm very happy with actually now that how the plan seems to be kind of laying out. I think is we're gonna really just go hard after wide receivers in the draft. I'm fine with that. After seeing what Christian Kirk got, and I hear Marquez Valdez-Scantling his market value right now is about 12.5, 13 million a year, which that seems like a lot for a guy that we can get into that another time. My last comment on Larry, though, I will just call him Larry for now. I heard a cool story, a feel-good story. He apparently he didn't start playing football. I think it was until high school or late, 8th grade. He was actually about 350, 400 pounds of not muscle at the time. And the doctors basically were like, hey, you got to work out, bud. You got to get in shape, get active. He picked up football, got into fantastic shape. So he really cares about, his body and just basically almost like a new lease on life is what he got once he got back into shape. Football helped him do it. So he's very passionate about it. That was a really cool story I heard. So I'm sure that will be talked about coming up, but remember where you heard it here first. from me. Nick, let's hit on, I guess, the last couple of guys. We've already mentioned one of them that have been scooped up, re-signed, or signed with someone else. Obviously, this is being recorded at 4:18 p.m., so we may miss one if there's one in that 5 o'clock slot. First guy, Christian Kirk, 4 years up, contract worth up to $84 million. I believe it was like 72 was kind of like that base salary.
But then with all his other bonuses and stuff, it just kicks
so
him
with
up
incentives, bonuses, etc. Yeah. This one hurt my heart. Brian Allen, 3 years, $24 million. Really good price too.
Really good price. Like that was stupid money. Like for the Rams, they got a steal out of it.
Oh yeah, especially just a guy that would have been sought after. The Bears would have overpaid him for sure, and I would have been okay with it. But yeah, re-sign with the Rams. JC Jackson, that one just came across our desk here. 5 years, $82.5 million, $40 million guaranteed. Talk about getting the bag.
This one, that one hurt. Oh, go ahead. No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say happy for him. I'm happy we didn't pursue that price. I'll put it that way. Great player, but that's boy oh boy.
I do want to hit on him a little bit because he was my number one free agent target, honestly, over the last couple of days. He's young. He's only 26. And his stats last year alone are so impressive. 8 interceptions, 23 pass deflections. Out of his, I believe it was 60 tackles. Like 55 of them were solo. So like he was just bulldozing over guys. He got the bag. And now LA, the Chargers, they're scary. I mean, Khalil Mack, Bosa, Jackson, like holy cow, they are going to be very good. I think they're going all in. I think the Chargers are going to make a deep run. I'm saying it right now in next year's playoffs. Bears could make a deep run, but man, that defense is scary. So I know there's 2 more guys you want to hit on, Tony, before we close out. I just wanted to put that out there. That one hurt the most.
I agree with you. Fantastic player. Again, it was the same thing with getting rid of Khalil Mack and some of these other guys we can't necessarily afford to go after. We just have so many holes that we can't necessarily. We're not one guy away, That's just my opinion. But yeah, great player. This guy, I'm personally sad to see him not sign with the Bears, or at least the Bears not show any interest. I don't know what's wrong with me today. My apologies. Roger Safford is how that's pronounced. No T, I always think there is. He is going to Buffalo. I have not seen any numbers yet, but clearly I was right about him when I pointed out if Buffalo wanted him. They're a good team. They know good guys. Shout out me for knowing that. Alex Bars has been informed that the Chicago Bears will not re-sign him. There is allegedly going to be a decent little market, according to some local Bears writers, for him.
But because I don't know why they got rid of him. Like, we need help.
I agree.
There's more to it. And there still are linemen on the market, that offensive linemen that the Bears can go after. But I was like, Alex Bars has been very reliable for this team. But, Ryan, he is on the older side of things. So I think that's how polls looked at it. Again, I tweeted out today, if you're older than 26, besides Larry, it's not happening today. So,
yeah, one day, 1 year and 1 day from now for you, Nick. Happy birthday, belated birthday.
Thank you. Yes, no, I still can sign with the team. Polls. It said I got 2 spam calls from House Hall today, but I didn't answer them.
Yeah, so they shot you a small 1 year deal, and then you're out of there at 26.
Yeah, and I put it all in the S&P 500, retire off the interest, but. It is what it is. But yes, so that is Bears news from day one. Again, we are not recording it all the way into the evening. We want to get this out for you guys as soon as possible. But we are very excited about this signing. I think that the Bears defense, in a way, got better, especially with the new design of the defense that is going under Matt Eberflus. So with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. We'll have more free agent news on our Instagram. Make sure to go and follow that. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody, joined alongside Tony Spita. We'll see you guys next time.